Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host Belmont, and welcome back to Power Vacuum. And today I'm coming back with a little bit of news about Australia and what's happening in the world of gaming journalism down there. Some of you may have heard that Kotaku Australia is closing its doors, according to one of the people on X. I'm not exactly sure who he is or what he does. I think he worked with them or not. He said a lot of the information that Kotaku has backlogged is actually stored on the Australian servers, and this is pretty much a goodbye to a lot of stuff that predates 2019. But it's much bigger than just Kotaku shutting down right now. A lot of Nine Entertainment is shutting down its stuff, and let's look at this. So according to The Guardian, where we got right here? Right, yeah, The Guardian. Vice, Kotaku, Refinery 29 to no longer publish in Australia after Pedestrian Group announces restructure. Dozens of jobs to be cut as the Nine-owned media company announces plans to stop licensing overseas titles and focus on wholly owned brands. It's actually, hold on, where is it? Here we go. Tech and culture news websites including Vice, Gizmodo, Refinery 29, Kotaku, and Lifehacker will no longer publish in Australia, with dozens of jobs to be cut as a Pedestrian undergoes restructuring. The company, you see, why is it that like the headline and the tagline, like right here, and the first sentence are always the same in freaking news stories now? Like it's just like read the same sentence 3 times before you get to actually what's happening. Little mini rant. The company which is owned by Nine Entertainment, just put Nine, that's confusing, which is owned by Nine Entertainment, licenses the brands to republish in Australia, as well as producing their own local content under the same banner. Pedestrian took control of the long-standing publications as part of the merger between Nine Entertainment and Fairfax in 2019. Staff were informed. They might be infirmed after this. Staff were informed on Monday in an email from the CEO of the Pedestrian Group, Matt Rowley, that despite Pedestrian Group being a highly successful business, the company has decided to end its use of brand licensing and focus on wholly owned brands, including Pedestrian. No, you just know that's a lie. Like, how are you going to say it's highly successful, but we're closing it down? That's like ridiculous. It's like Coke shutting their doors after all these years of selling soda, going, look, I know we're highly successful and we're the number one soda in the world, but we're going to close. It's nothing personal. It's not that sales have dropped like 80%. We just felt like we've done our time. Like, highly successful. I can't believe he actually said this. We're very successful, but we're closing down. No, you're not. You're not successful then. You wouldn't be closing down. We made the tough decision to focus on our wholly owned Pedestrian brands, where we control the strategy, the content, the product, the sales, and the outcome, the entire business, he said. This will have an impact on roles within the group, and I appreciate the uncertainty this change creates, so we will be in contact immediately with those people. He blamed the licensed partners facing financial headwinds and corporate instability, as well as decline in the border advertisement market and the growth of TikTok and Instagram as part of the decision. No, it's probably your shit writing and your activist journalists that go online and start arguments with people who are supposed to be the bread and butter of their website. Like, remember when Kotaku was like, hey, we want to do I have it? No, I don't. Yeah, Kotaku was like, just a couple months ago, wanted to focus on doing game tips and game guides instead of news journalism, because it kept devolving into political arguments online. And the editor-in-chief quit, and then the writers and Alyssa Mercante, whatever she does there, all started bitching and moaning 10 times more than they were already bitching and moaning about what was going on there. And they didn't full stop and reverse course, but they definitely like pulled back on the reins and didn't focus heavily on game tips. And now the company's having to shut down its Australia version of Kotaku. And also, you know, Gizmodo and the other companies named. It just goes to show that, like, when you have a product that you're selling to people, that you're selling to gamers, it should be about the game. It should be just facts-based, facts-driven information about the game. It shouldn't have your political views or your personal opinions. If it is going to be an opinion piece, throw your opinion in there either at the end or, you know, mix it in the middle a little bit. But a lot of these articles are just people complaining about things like 80% of the time, and 20% of it's talking about the game, and it should be really reversed. It should be 80% about the game, 20% your opinion. And it's just nuts that they thought that complaining to the owners to force them to give them their way would make the company successful. I don't know if they actually thought that, but it seemed like that was their plan. Complain to keep things the way they are, even though we're in a failing state and we're not even able to publish things that people want to read. But we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep on keeping on, and we're just going to stay the course for our own agenda, and we're not going to do what our company wants us to do. We're not going to do what our company thinks would make money. We're just going to keep spewing our opinions about games and complaining about the people that read and play games. And it's like, you drove away your audience. I mean, Kotaku's been pretty crap for a while. People saw this coming. I was more shocked to find out that they stored a bunch of previous documentation on the Australian website, but hey, or servers or wherever they kept it. It's a done deal now. Australia seems like they're just backing out of, or well, I should say Nine Entertainment is backing out of Australia when it comes to journalism, because there doesn't seem to be a market for it there on any of these companies. You know, you have 5 different companies closing down. Although, I'll be honest, I didn't even know Vice was still around. And I certainly didn't know Gizmodo was still around. I thought Gizmodo died a long time ago in Australia. But, whatever. Apparently, it's still limping along until now. But, oh yeah, look, I loved Gizmodo Australia. I gave it my all. I built a strong EV coverage pillar, and this happens. Gizmodo Australia writer Zachariah Kelly said. I don't even know who that guy is. I'm not going to lie. I don't know who any of these people really are. I only know Alyssa Mercante because she won't shut the hell up on X or Twitter or whatever. X. I'm calling it X. It's X.com now, so... But, yeah, posted on X. Oh, okay, there you go. That was Dave Smith. It's been one of the great joys of my life to wake up every day and run a site I love with all my heart. Well, then why did you drive it into the ground? Like, these people, this is fish love. And if you don't know what fish love is, go to YouTube and type in fish love and look for the first video with a rabbi in it. Because he explains it. There might be other people explaining it, but the rabbi video explains it the best from what I've seen. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, 9.com.au also announced to staff on Monday that as part of the cost management, the company had decided not to replace a small number of existing vacant roles in the video and news team. The shuttering of the local operations of Gizmodo, Kotaku, Lifehacker follows the shutdown of local versions of tech site rivals ZDNet, CNET, and GameSpot, which parent company Red Ventures closed down in 2022. Oh man, everything gaming related is just backing out of Australia right now. What did Australia do? Like, are they still heavily censoring video games? I know for a while you couldn't even like get certain Grand Theft Auto games in Australia because they were like, no, we don't support any games that depict overt crime. So it's like, okay, so no GTA, no Mafia. I wonder if Skyrim was taken out because that game doesn't really depict crime in the sense that those other games do, but you can absolutely be like a skullduggery hooligan running around causing massive trouble and doing crime. But yeah, that's the news. A bunch of companies in Australia shutting down now because they just weren't cutting it. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Highly successful, but they were shutting down anyway. If you believe that. If you believe that they were actually highly successful and that a company or a CEO or any organization would shut down a highly successful adventure. Ridiculous that they actually said that. Like, I mean, I believe it because that's the kind of bullshit lies that you get from like CEOs. But to say that to people as you're canning their jobs is a little bit much. But that's all I have for today. Belmont out.